out of nowhere, have you just became very tired, very aimless, drowsy? The tirelessness in your mind, in your body starts to coagulate. And that's mostly because your soul is tired. It's like you reading, you consuming a lot of information, listening to documentaries, podcasts, audiobooks, you're writing a lot, journaling. Your brain does this like wom wom type of sensation because of how much you're consuming. So there is a lot of energy that's being transpired and transferred through you. As I say, one ear out the other. It's a lot that you are being in the middle of, right? And when you are tired, when you feel this tirelessness about you and this sloth comes about you, most of the time that indicates that your soul is tired. And when your soul is tired, most cases, you're out of alignment. Now, JB, what are you out of alignment with? You're out of alignment with your purpose. Now, your soul is something that was given to you and granted to you free of charge. This is for you. This is your gift for free. But when we give our soul to people, especially in the beginning times, we don't want to be disappointed. So we give our soul reacting and expecting that in which we gave plus more in return. You don't sell your soul, or you shouldn't. Your soul is not something that has a price tag on it. So you shouldn't give it away for free. When you consistently give your soul away, you have nothing left for you at the end of the day. You have nothing left for you to sit back and enjoy the fruits from the tree. Now, somebody who doesn't really know about botany and plants and trees, they're not going to look at the roots of the plants that look so beautiful above ground. They're not going to look at that. They're going to look at the fruits, the vegetables, the branches, the leaves that come from this tree, this plant, right? That's what anybody would do. But you, knowing how your soul operates, knowing what keeps you stagnant, what keeps you lazy, what keeps you motivated, what keeps you inspired, knowing this about yourself is what keeps it exciting. Because you can't have one without the other. So when your soul is tired, when you kind of get in this slothy, aimless time frame, right? What happens is you begin to pick up any and everybody's quirks. Meaning, let's say you're hanging around somebody who has a very addictive personality. They could be addicted to playing video games. Like any new video games that comes out, they're on it. They buy it. They're going to make sure they spend their last money on getting this new video game because they cannot live without it, or they feel incomplete without playing it, right? Or somebody who just needs to be around people to feel complete, to feel whole, you know. You be around them long enough, you begin to have those dependency factors in your life. It's not you. That's not your soul. So you begin to pick up other people's personas that was not intended for you to grasp. So over time, when your soul becomes tired, you become aimless. You become slothy. Everywhere you go, it's this sense of urgency, like you're always in a rush. Just for you to get to a position that you've been in this position too many times already. You're waiting to get back to this time again and again. And that's the cycle that you fall under. And when you're out of alignment with your purpose, Your purpose is sold separately. Now, being lions, being dreamers, being inspirers, motivators of the world, we find this passage that makes it very hard for us to connect to people. But also in the same token, we connect to the world. We're the outlet to the world. But on the flip side, we just find it difficult to connect to people because they're not doing the same things in which we're doing it. Or their energy, their vibration with what they're doing it's not adding up. It's not up to par. They like to subtract. We like to multiply. Our purpose is what gives us life, regardless if they're going to take the seeds and the fruit that we give them and use it in a righteous way, like we know it should be, like we've used. We know how to use things, not let them use us. We know how to use things. We don't allow it to misuse us. Most people do, that we give advice to, that we advise. They live with a mind of regret, of sorrow, of envy, of guilt, like survivor's remorse, like they've reached a different height in life and they feel as if they need to go back down to ground zero to help everybody else, but then they're not elevating. Truthfully, they're not. You walk outside by yourself, and those who see you, they may want to come outside and be like, hey, and they'll catch up to you, and they'll start running or they'll start jogging with you, but you're in no rush. Your purpose is the thing that gives you the most excitement, that grants you the most fun, that allows you to reside in your childlike self, in a childlike manner. And you cannot kill that, nor can you allow anybody else to kill it. You can't allow anybody else to kill your joy. Comparison is the thief of all joy. Why would you allow somebody else to shoot that down? And you watch them pull out their gun. You watch them pull out a knife. You watch them do these things. But a true lion, a true warrior at heart is going to see how people move, see how people operate, see how people relate to others, and question everything. Question, is this somebody who I need around me? Is this somebody who is going to be an enemy long term to me? You can smell it. You feel it. Now, when you think, that's when you trip yourself out. Like an artist, we're here to create. Thinking messes up the process. Feeling, being intuitive, takes you further. Feelings grant you more closer to truth. Thinking pushes you away. Thinking is the resistance. Feeling intuitively is the persistence. I insist on reaching the truth, and you thinking is resisting it. So think about this whenever you are going through that period, that dark night of the soul, that energy. Think about this moment. Think about you experiencing this phase. What is this phase for? What does this mean for me? Was this a means for me to take a step back because I was running too fast? I thought my stamina was up to par. This is time for me to reflect, recollect on my actions, my habits, what I was doing prior to this moment. How did I get here? Or how did this situation arise itself here? And this is how you become more aligned with your purpose, and your soul never becomes tired, because how can you become tired from a life that is destined for you, a blueprint that was designed solely for you? How could you get tired?